Now, this is kind of my first installment of, what we'll call a informal instructional series about how to play guitar, or, how to play what you feel like, let's put it that way. I'm not much of a guitar instructor most of the time, but, once occasionally people ask me questions, so, I try to think of some snappy comebacks, today I want to concentrate on how to play with your fingers, like not with a pick, and so there's a lot of ways you can play with a pick, and there's a lot of things you can do besides, take a letter Maria, right? But that gets kind of old. So like the first thing you want to do, to not use a pick is to not use a pick. Just your fingers. So along those lines, I think it's important that we trim our nails. And one of the things a lot of guitarists want to keep in mind is you can use a guitar as a way to trim your nails. Just grab some guitar. Okay, I think we got that part kind of ironed out a little bit. Your nails get caught on the strings. That's the problem. You just want your fingertips engaging the strings. So, what I like to do is I like to keep it simple. A lot of people ask, how do you play this song and that song? And I'm like, well, how do you play this chord, or how do you play just in that key? So I like to just play in one key and never change, the simple version of how to play something is just keep playing until it sounds good, If you try to play the same thing, So if you play wrong notes, if you play them repetitively, either they'll sound okay or you'll figure out the right note to play. You can experiment with that at home, but you get my meaning. I know you're smart. Yeah. If you want to kind of vary things up, going with two chords can be good. So like one of my favorite ways is to like randomly select a chord. That could go different directions, but since we're working on the key of E to start with, this thing is something that's kind of not the most obvious choice. Let's think of something in between. How about G sharp minor? Yeah, that sounds good, doesn't it? The idea of the exercise is just to put these two seemingly at odds chords together and try to, decipher some chemistry between them. Sometimes, somebody asks, what are you doing with your fingers? And I'm like, well, I'm trying to move the guitar where it hits my fingers, So me moving my fingers is not as important as having a physical sense of putting the guitar strings in a proximity to those fingers. Rhythm's important too. That and our old friend repetition, just run it in the ground, like burn it down, right? Isn't that right? Let's see what else. I don't recommend playing guitar with your teeth, because Jimi Hendrix didn't have dental insurance, guitar tricks, I don't really recommend guitar tricks, you know, like playing behind your head, you know, I mean, you can do that, you know, like here's the main thing about that, you gotta like start out where you know where you are, you recommend playing behind your back. You know, people did that, but unless, you know, like, if you get somebody to help you, you know, like you get somebody to stand back there, like, you know, I would get Jimmy Vaughn to stand back there if I was going to play behind my back, you know, like so he could catch the guitar when I dropped it, or maybe play it, you know, like. What else? You know, like the main thing is like, you know, some people complain like, you know, they don't have time to practice, you know, and my way of looking at it is like, if you don't have time to practice, that's okay, you know, just get a good agent so you can book a lot of gigs where, you know, you can just practice on stage, you know, like that would be a good way to go. Gee whiz, what else? I don't know. You know, like maybe we're going to stop there, you know, but the main thing is like when you play guitar, you just only ever want to have fun. You know, like you should not get caught up in the technical aspects of it. So that's why I'm not talking about, you know, this mode or that scale or, you know, one thing or another. It's like, you know, just play what sounds good and play what's fun and make it fun, you know, and make it happen and like keep the nails trimmed down, you know.